Hi, this is Glenda, and I'm making today sunflower soap. I have here the sodium hydroxide with a lye, and I'm going to add sodium lactate to it. I need 2 teaspoons, and I waited until it had lowered below 130 Fahrenheit. Right now, the temperature is 96 Fahrenheit. That's 36 Celsius. The oils, I have mixed them ahead. They're 33 Celsius, 91 Fahrenheit. I may pop this in the microwave because they're a little bit cloudy. Alright, my oils are not at 96. That's 36 Celsius, 37. Wait, now they're reading 99. Alright, close to 100, we should say. And I'm going to mix the sodium lactate that I added here. So this soap is supposed to look a little bit like Van sunflowers. However, it's going to be, I'm not going to paint the whole thing again. I'm just going to do sunflowers in it, and it has the closest fragrance that I could find to it. It's a fragrance blend. As far as colorants, I will be using some Yellow Lake, and it's mixed with oils, so it's gotten a bit thick. And then I have here just some green oxide. For the background, I have a mix of teal with sea green mica from Narrated Soap. I'm going to probably link the ingredients in it. My fragrance may accelerate because it does have rose fragrance formulator and some other ones that may cause acceleration. So I don't want to use super high temperatures because of that. So now I'm just going to start pulsing with the stick blender until I reach emulsion. I believe it has reached emulsion, so I'm going to go ahead and divide it. I do have titanium dioxide here mixed with oil, and as you can see, it became like a paste, so I smeared it on the side of the container. My hope is to be able to avoid a really dark brown soap. So the idea is that the titanium dioxide will keep it more like in a light brown instead of a super dark brown. Part of the fragrance blend has vanilla musk, and that one has a high concentration of vanilla. I have my recipe here that I'm going to link in the description box. So I made a note of how much I need to separate. Alright, so now that I'm done separating or splitting the batter into the different colorant portions, I'm going to blend the white one. Alright, so now I'm going to add the fragrance blend to this. This is the only part that's gonna be fragrance. It smells really good. It has notes of orange, honey, vanilla, rose, and musk. And you can tell as soon as I put it and started blending it, it has rich trace. I'm gonna do a quick blend with a stick blender to make sure that it incorporates evenly, and then I'm gonna pour it in the mold. It's definitely accelerating because of the fragrance, and the titanium dioxide probably has a little bit to do there too. I'm gonna try to make this even as much as I can. Well, that is a fast moving fragrance. It's gone to the consistency of frosting, and probably even thicker than that, like butter. It registers 105. I wish I would have been able to get a more even surface, but because it's overheating, I might be able to do that if I wait a little bit until it goes through gel phase, and then it's gonna become you know, like gel. Of course, it doesn't help that I'm using a 38% light to water concentration. See, now it has reached 110 Fahrenheit. That's 44 Celsius. It's gonna get hotter, and hopefully it goes through gel phase shortly, and I can just try to even it out a little bit. Okay, I'm mixing my green. I think I'm only gonna mix them with the spatula because it's too small an amount of soap to use the stick blender. I'm just going to incorporate bubbles. As far as the soap, it is still heating up. It's not at 128 Fahrenheit, 53 Celsius. So I should be able to see gel phase soon, and I'll turn the camera back on when that happens. It's only been maybe like 5 minutes since I last showed you the soap. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes, I think. Let's see how much it has heated up. It's 146, 63 Celsius. And I believe it is going through gel phase underneath because it's beginning to become bouncy. So I think underneath here it has begun to liquefy. So to make the story short, after reaching 146, it just started coming down to like 135, 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So it seems that all the gel phase was happening underneath, and that the top had formed a crust. So I wasn't really able to smooth it out too much other than pushing it in. I had seen a video from Floral Soaps in which her soap accelerated, and in the pot actually, before she put it on the mold, and she waited and it became, you know, like applesauce when it was in gel phase, and she was able to better put it on the mold. And but this didn't happen here. I'm not sure if it was because the AC where I was really strong and it was cooling off the surface more than the bottom. I don't know. So I decided just to move on and start adding what was going to be the background for the flowers, and it was going to be this teal color, and I tried to make that layer because it didn't have any fragrance. That one I was able to manipulate better. It was still very fluid somewhat, so I tried to make that as straight as I could so that it could make up for the curve on the bottom layer. Now, as far as the sunflowers go, here's the mix, and I have I bought a piping set from eBay, and I'm using one that looks like an eyebrow. I don't know the names of the piping tips because it's not something I usually do, but to me it looks like an eyebrow. And I want to use this to make the petals. And for the leaf, I chose this tip just because it was the one that I have that looked the closest ones to some that I found pictures of online. The green portion though seems to be slightly thicker. Should work though. It might even work better. I think it's supposed to be thick when you're piping. I do have what would be the sunflower cores in here. I made those prior with soap dough. So here we go. This looks more like a heart tip. I'm not sure if it's actually written like a leaf. So it's been about 12 hours since I made the soap, and because it accelerated, it's actually ready to come out of the